Welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's cool to be doing some different stuff. So today we're gonna just talk about two fighters that are on the upcoming Dana White Contender series. The first one being Shanelle Dyer, who's trained at Bangtao multiple times. She's fought before in the PFL. I believe she's 6-0. And she's a very hot prospect. So I'm personally very excited to see her and to watch her perform for this fight. She's an all-around complete fighter, but I would say what she's probably best known for is her striking. She's a very good striker. Yeah, so we're super excited to see her. And then also the second one is Kurtis Campbell, who's been here multiple times. I believe he's 4-0 if I'm not mistaken, which is not like a whole lot of professional fights, but his experience level is fought heaps of amateur times, and he has a lot of experience, and I've seen him mix it up with some high-level guys, so I think he'll be all right. Before he came, JJ, who is one of our fighters and trains here and also makes a few videos here and there, he was real stoked about him because it's one of his mates from back home in England and his little crew of guys who are all talented. So I knew about him before he came. And then once he was here, and now he's been here multiple times, so obviously we give him a lot of attention. Yeah, his skill level I would say from the get-go is, you know, we knew it was a high level. I've seen him in the room and sparring, wrestling, grappling, mixing it up with, you know, UFC caliber guys that are in the UFC, and he's doing just fine. He can hold his own, and most of the time he's probably getting the better of them. And Shanelle, I didn't know who she was until after. I don't know about the other coaches, but for myself personally, if I see someone that's has a good level or, you know, something about them in training, I'll ask, you know, who they are, where they come from, and whatnot, and try to get to know a little bit about them. But with Shanelle, you know, I didn't know who she was. Nobody had really informed me before she came. And yeah, I started asking her questions, getting her to know her. She was giving me some good slang from London. You're right, fam. And yeah, I knew right away, you know, from watching her train, how good she was. I asked her who she was, and I think at that time she had just started fighting in PFL. And yeah, now they don't have her weight class, and she's out of that contract, and now looking to get into the UFC and make a splash. And I think that she can right away. I'm excited for her. I think that a good performance on Contender Series will get her in, and she's. It's just like a testament to this younger generation of fighters that are coming up now. They can do everything. They're not, you know, just specialists in one thing. Like when I started doing this, most people came from jiu-jitsu or from, you know, Muay Thai or boxing or a wrestler. That was many moons ago, and now it's changed. And people like Shanelle and Kurtis, who are now, you know, looking to get their shot in the UFC. These are the level of fighters that are especially coming out of England right now. So yeah, there's other kids from England. I realized in the last couple of years we've had heaps of kids from England that are 15, 16 years old, and they're beating grown men. So yeah, I think that's kind of how they were as well. I would say that you know, kids today, they're not. I want to be careful how I phrase it. A lot of kids nowadays, like when they start training MMA, whether it's jiu-jitsu, wrestling classes, striking classes, and they're putting everything together. Like when I first started doing this, I would go one place for boxing, one place for Muay Thai, one place for jiu-jitsu, one place for wrestling, and, you know, I was all over the place, and I think it was like that for a lot of people. But, you know, gyms now, there's multiple reasons, but, you know, they start training MMA. Like, when I started doing MMA in 2008, it was still, like, on the fringe of things. And nowadays, you know, it's mainstream. It was on ESPN was the last deal that they had. Now they're going to, you know, the UFC's going to an even more well-known platform. So it's just the sport has just grown so much, and these kids today, they're great athletes. They're good in every aspect. The grappling, the striking, everything. They're more complete, I would say. In the earlier days, again, it was like a great striker or a great wrestler or a great jiu-jitsu person, and they had to learn the other things, which they probably a lot of times weren't. It's their skill level wasn't as high as in those things. But now the kids of today, and there's still some cases where people come from a boxing or a kickboxing background or whatever it may be, but the kids now, when they start training, they're not just doing one thing and then they say, oh, I want to do MMA, and they start training the other things necessary. They're doing multiple times a week. They're doing jiu-jitsu, they're doing wrestling, they're doing striking, and they're putting it all together in sessions. So I definitely think that has something to do with it. If you've liked content like this, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe and share these videos. Let us know what kind of content you want to see moving forward. And again, keep an eye out for Shanelle Dyer and Kurtis Campbell as they both look to earn contracts to the UFC. Peace.